All right, so everyone has earned 213 experience points for that battle.
213?
213, I rounded up.
Okay.
There's
Just
212
making sure.
point something. I round up because I love you.
I demand 215.
Why do you think you need the extra 2?
I don't. I just like multiples of 5.
I was like totally willing to give you an opportunity to plead your case, but okay.
No, I'm not.
Nah.
I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it.
I just love the nah.
Also, I don't have a good reason other than just I like multiples of 5.
If the court would look at the phone, I believe... Okay, I don't have a good case either. I can barely count.
Well, anyway, so that's what everyone earned.
Please direct your attention to Exhibit A. It's just a picture of Tiffany.
Look at that face. Do you see that face, ladies and gentlemen of the court?
She deserves everything.
Especially 2 extra experience points.
If the DM would see that I am struggling so hard to count, he would reward me 2 extra points.
You know,
she tries so hard.
You're all so damn cute. Everyone gets an extra 2 experience points.
Hey, yeah. And that's how you do it in wherever the land we're in is called again. I can only think Neverwinter, and I'm like, that's not where we are.
We are not we're not in Neverwinter. How you doing, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dicey Decisions. We are back. We are back from vacation. Ring the bells. Do the thing. Anyway, yes, it's great to be back. Hopefully, we're going to be just jumping right back into things. I wanted to jump straight into this week's Dicey Spotlight. It is less of a creator spotlight and more of a just keeping you all informed. There is an open casting call, currently still open for auditions, for a live play TTRPG podcast called We Never Left. And you can find the actual podcast Twitter account at We Never Left RPG on Twitter. The person who's heading it and producing it is called Gnome on Twitter, at Nomedic, at GNOMEDIC. Might be Nomadic. Nomedic? Nomadic. Anyway, he is the creator of Cassini, which is a really interesting indie RPG that I definitely want to play with my personal group of friends. Maybe not something that we can actually record, because apparently you gotta set shit on fire in order to play it. So that's exciting. Anyway, this audition closes at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow, the 11th, as you're listening to this. So make sure if you're interested in being a part of this awesome, cool project, go ahead and check it out. It takes place in space. It uses the Coriolis setting and system. I'm going to be linking everything in the description below on both YouTube and hopefully, if I can actually make it work, on Podbean. But go ahead and check it out. So, without any further ado, please join me on this episode of Dicey Decisions. we left our story, because it is an ongoing story, you three adventurers, Helga, Cat, and Soot, had all agreed to investigate an Alexite mine that had stopped sending correspondence. Joined by Oran, you traveled to the mine, finding the entrance guarded by what appeared to be former miners and some orcish raiders that had been corrupted by contact with the Alexite crystals. This had transformed them into these horrifying elemental monstrosities that you had to fight, which, after defeating them, you kind of investigated the area, took stock of everything, basically came to the conclusion that there had been a fight. And as you were trying to investigate the mine, you found some survivors. There were 3 of them, 2 miners and a soul orc raider that had barricaded themselves in the entryway from both sides, as you soon found out. As one of the miners explained, something happened, very, very specific. When the foreman made contact with the Alexite, a transformation they had never seen in any accident before, something that allowed him to bring back the slaughtered miners and orcs. Just as they finished all of this, had all come, this was an orc raid's fault. A horrible, breathy moaning could be heard from behind the other barricade, deep in the mine. The 2 miners freeze, and the orc takes a quick step back towards them, almost protective in his stance. What are you 3 doing?
Also protecting stance.
Music time.
Also being protecting stance.
Okay. So you Helga kind of steps in front of everyone. You're about like 10 feet away from this barricade of boxes and an overturned minecart, and you just heard this terrible moaning sound come from behind it. Not like directly behind it, but like in the distance. And it kind of echoes through the cavern a bit and fades away.
Oh. I didn't like the sound of that.
The miner with the beard, the one that's kind of been talking to you most of the time, because neither the orc or the younger human, basically a kid, neither of them have really said anything, except for the orc, who tried politely to not be touched by Soot.
Yeah.
He kind of mutters,
Are there any dwarves in the mines?
Are you asking this out loud, or?
No, this is Kit. This is Kit speaking. Hello, God. Are you there?
I am there. I am here. She am here.
Sorry, no, I'm just... Sorry. Go on. What is happening?
No, it's fine. I was gonna say, you don't see any dwarves.
So whistling while I work is not... appropriate. Okay.
Nope, definitely not context appropriate, but still funny. I really loved listening to you guys sing that for a whole minute last time we recorded.
Oh man, I already made that joke. I really need to re-listen to the episode so I don't make the same jokes.
It's okay. You did that on the episode that isn't up yet. So you wouldn't have known. But yeah, so that horrible sound comes out, and everyone gets really tense, really quiet for a moment, just waiting, listening. And you don't really hear anything for about a minute, 2 minutes.
And then it's a reprise. Hi ho. Hi ho.
Hi ho. Where we go?
Mike is sick of our shit.
I'm gonna take back those 2 experience points, I swear to Christ.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't follow through on most of my threats. Most. So while Soot beatboxes...
I'm going to kind of look over at the miners and the orcs and just be like, had to remember my accent.
Here often.
It's an American person trying to do a British accent.
Ooh. So, what the fuck happened here?
The older man with the beard kind of speaks up, stuttering. We told you there was an accident. One of the minecarts got overturned and people changed. People were being killed.
No. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, and I point at, people who are workers and people who are clearly not workers, i.e. the orcs, would be like, what's happened here that caused the incident?
Everyone was having sex too rough.
Yeah, definitely just giant miner and orc orgy just going on.
Side-eye the miner.
Sponsored by Brazzers, the whole shindig. Fucking go ahead and you know what, since you've been kind of trained for this sort of thing, Katrina, go ahead and roll a survival check. Based off of what you saw during the battle, everything you've seen up to this part, your battle training is going to come into play here.
That is a 14.
All right. I mean, you get the idea, there was genuinely, like, when you were out there fighting and seeing everything, there had clearly already been a scuffle. There had already been probably a very violent fight, and even you can see in this room that you're in right now, the fighting probably came all the way in here. There's carbon scoring along the rock wall, just dark. There's some pretty unpleasant dark stains on the floor where you stand. That mostly stains. There's, it's been a while since, there's been any fresh blood spilled, but there's, some puddles of water. There's piles of rock, but it's a mine, so you didn't quite really roll high enough to glean anything specific, but the bearded man kind of just jabs his thumb over to the orc and says, his people came in here, started roughing us up, because we're on their land, and the minecart got overturned. What else do you want me to say?
Say you're sorry.
So, this mine is not owned by Artur?
No, it's owned, as far as I know, as far as Dagdaral is concerned.
As far as Dagdaral is concerned, I turn to the orc. So, have you had any communication or fill me in on what caused some very dangerous creatures to be created over territorial squabbles?
Are you saying this in trade speech or Orcish?
I'm gonna say that in Orcish.
All right. The orc responds to you. There was the ownership of this land is not. It does not belong to people. There were we who lived here, and then there were dwarves that dug here.
There are dwarves.
And then there were no more dwarves, and so we moved back in. And then humans came. And the way he uses the word humans, you would only know this because in Orcish, the word for human is very similar to the pattern of speech that they would use for pests and vermin.
Bastards.
There's not really an equivalent. It's basically like lower life form, but that sounds, that has a different context to it.
I don't like the way he said humans.
You don't know.
You don't speak Orcish.
I don't like that tone of voice.
Oh, yeah, he has a very... The Orcish language is very harsh.
Helga, like, wants to growl at him in bear, but restrains herself.
Good, Helga. Character growth. Yeah, the orc just kind of shrugs and just says, they were working here, and like they were told to, and I came to fight like I was told to. By our chief. This is what we do. We fight for our land.
I thought he said the land wasn't...
Yeah,
Oh, never mind.
this
Helga can't hear it.
seems to be a recurring problem as far as we've seen. Do these mines, do they have use to you, or is it just for the sake of this is yours and they're here and they shouldn't be?
There have been very dark stories passed down around this place. It is to be avoided. I say it is ours, though it is not ours, because it is ours to protect others from. As you can see, those who try to take this land for their own are cursed. The spirits come upon these people.
Yeah, human beings are fucking stupid.
Helga could understand you. She'd be offended, even though she's one of them.
So
is
is the
But
cat.
you are a human.
Yeah, and here I am.
Being stupid.
I've fought creatures empowered with the stones here, and anyone with any sense wouldn't have come, but I'm trying to help a friend out.
We have no sense.
Look, I understand that there are ways that your people do things and that you were following orders, but something far more tragic happened here because of it. And you lost people, it looks like, if those creatures were of any indicator. And they lost people.
I am the only one left. And these two,
Yes.
I believe, are the only ones left.
Oop.
And the guy with the beard seems to get fed up. Alright, this is going on long enough. What are you going on about?
Trying to broker peace. Look. A lot of us are hurt here. Can we each go back to our respective bosses and tell them of what happened? Because we were fighting over it, and see if maybe we can broker some sort of agreement. Otherwise, something like this is going to happen again.
Oh, we're getting the fuck out of here, and we're not gonna ever work for their minds ever again. So sure, that's fine. I'll make sure to put that in my resignation notice.
That's totally fair. Get the fuck out.
I think that sounds helpful.
And
Now should we... I feel like we should be getting out.
We still haven't found the foreman.
Probably.
You said that you guys are the only ones left. Is the foreman one of these creatures now?
oh, what you saw out there, and he's he's kind of like directing the kid with a lot of complex like hand emotions as he's talking. He's just like pointing out a bunch of stuff to grab, and the kid's like kind of looking at him, nodding, and just grabbing the rest of it. And he turns around. Oh, the foreman is not like the things you saw out there. Foreman's in there. You're more than welcome to go find him. I don't recommend it. Unless you want to end up like everyone else he killed, shuffling around.
You're very helpful.
I don't know what to tell you. I've never seen anything like that before. Sounds like something out of a horror story.
What is it like? Use your description words.
Yes, use your description words.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Your adjectives. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm
Persuasion?
talking to you. Yep. Because Soot would know this because Soot has super high natural insight. He looks
click on religion.
fucking terrified. Yeah, so
What?
Soot. This gentleman looks fucking terrified and barely trying to, like, he's, like, desperately trying to hold up some sort of facade of being in charge, when clearly he's very much not in charge here.
I rolled a 15 persuasion.
Persuasion? Alright,
Susan.
Yeah. A Susan. Yeah, he just kinda, something about his face drops a bit, and he just looks back at the, you know, the boxes and stuff, that all the crates and metal and wood that's blocking that, the way out, or the way further into the mine. And he starts to shake a bit, and he says,
Too soon.
Look, I've seen people get hurt. I've seen entire loads fall on people and they were crushed to death. When he looked at me, when I looked into his eyes after he changed, there was nothing there. It's not like his eyes were missing, there was nothing. There was death. There. It was a void. Maybe it was the void. And when he killed the people that couldn't get away, they had the same look in their eyes. You don't want to go in there. If you took out those things out there, that's great. You're strong, but I need to get as far away from here as possible.
It is understandable. It's too soon to relive, to try and face it.
Yeah, I think that we should definitely use caution. Perhaps report to our tour and make some next steps. I know that she's going to want to continue her operations here.
Sud is nodding, and I have detects evil and good. If we know pursue, should I use?
I'm sorry, you broke up really badly there.
If we're not going to continue, should I don't have a lot of spell slots left, but if we're not going to continue, if we're going to return to our tour, should I use my detect evil and good just to... Well, no. Maybe
yeah,
not.
just to be safe. No, that wouldn't be a bad plan.
Just to know for sure what's there. Okay.
I would just caution you.
Caution.
That barricade in front of you is mostly wood. But probably has some stone and metal. And your detect evil and good spell, like most detection spells, are blocked by a certain amount of material, specifically 3 feet of wood.
Well, that wouldn't be very helpful then.
Within 30 feet of you being magic guns. Alright. Fine, okay. We retreat. Good retreat.
Since when is it so eloquent?
Because Tiffany's tired of talking in broken languages.
A bird.
Hey guys, I just disconnected. I'm sorry.
What, babe?
I just disconnected for like a minute, and we were talking, and when I came back, it was monster noises. So I'm very confused.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, everyone listening at home. We had a bit of a technical issue. So, everyone was deciding what to do when suddenly there was a heavy banging on the barrier that leads further into the mine. Sounds like something is just limply throwing itself at the wood and making a horrible raspy moan. And it's not kinky in any way, even though I described it that way.
I was hoping it was a kink thing.
Nope, it's not a sex thing. I know most things in D&D are a sex thing. This is not a sex thing.
Most things are a sex thing. I don't know. The kid in me is saying run away, but that's not what Helga would do.
That's not what Helga would do.
WWHD.
Cat is just like kind of looking from the miners to the orc to the everyone to the mess, and she's just like, okay, Helga, what do you think we should do? I don't think that we're in the shape to fight whatever that is, but I don't necessarily want to come to our tour empty-handed without taking care of what's been taken care of, whatever that is, and making the mines usable again.
Maybe we should go recover?
And
Maybe
collect Gerg and come back?
push more carts, more crates. More crates against the crates.
There's a splintering of wood. The barricade doesn't move entirely, but something's coming through there.
Eesh.
Well, if we stick around much longer, we will not have a choice of what to do.
I don't want to set whatever that is loose on the countryside at the same time. Let's, and I lower my voice, let's go outside and at least pitch camp. And
Tiff, your volume's
watch.
too loud.
Hmm?
Your volume's too loud. We can hear us.
Okay. Whoop. Not sure how to fix that.
If you go to your Discord settings, there is a button to change your output.
There we go. That good?
Bah.
Mm-hmm.
Ba. Yep, perfect.
Ah.
All right.
Sorry, so Katrina was talking about a thing.
To planning. Camp, crates and camp.
Crates and camp.
It's in camp. It's the new Dungeons and Dragons.
And just be careful that we're being, aware of what crates that we're grabbing. We don't want to inadvertently make it stronger by giving it more of the materials.
True that.
You can see a strange purple glow from behind some of the boxes. The thumping gets closer.
All right, let's just scoot out and be quiet and rest up.
You see the boxes in the frontmost boxes are starting to shift.
Okay,
with every
real quick.
single hit.
Okay. I don't think we're gonna get a chance to do
Okay,
that.
I cast
resting
resistance.
up.
I cast resistance on
Oh shit.
Katrina.
Okay.
What does that do?
It's a concentration spell. D4.
It's just saving throws, right?
Touch one willing. Yeah, it's saving. Saving throw.
A single saving throw or all saving throws while you
All
maintain
saving
concentration?
throws.
Okay. Yes. You add a d4 to all your saving throws for the next minute, basically. Or 10 minutes, whatever it is.
Cool. Thank you.
All right,
Real
and
quick.
with that, the boxes are splintered and shoved out of the way with a clatter as a orcish form with dry, cracked skin and just a desiccated frame, just the skin hanging loosely off. There is a massive 3 lines just gashed through the chest where probably it bled out, but it is shuffling forward, one leg not really working properly, and it's some of the skin on its face is hanging off, and its eyes have this dull, dead purple glow in them. It seems to
Really
go
use
on.
some kind of exfoliation for that.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yee.
You need your monster to roll for exfoliation.
Guy needs some nice coconut oil. Mike.
Rolled a 7.
No.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike, guess what?
What?
I rolled nat 20, bitch.
I swear to God.
Fuck you. That's 23. Bitch.
Oh my God.
23 initiative, bitch. I'm sorry I kept calling you bitch. I don't mean it. I love you.
No, you're fine.
Which is an endearing term
Yes.
in this friend group.
Endearingly, but also there was like a whole thing. Anyway. Nat
Well,
20!
I'm trying to roll initiative, but I'm struggling with my computer.
There we go. I'm going to make it appear now.
Oh.
Boop.
Carly,
No,
your
be with
initiative
me.
says 12.
Okay, awesome. I can't see anything.
Carly's
Give me a second,
initiative
I
is
closed
12. Mine is 7.
All right. So,
Oh my
I'm
god,
sorry.
that face.
No, my face is too cute.
Face is cute, but so
We'll
is
say
this
it
orcish
rushed
face.
out. We'll say it just got through the boxes, actually, is what we'll do. Because I don't want to just have it rush on you guys, you know? Alright. Yeah, it got through the boxes. Okay. So, now this creature came through. It rolled a that. Fucking needed stats, actually. Okay. So, Soot, first up with the, what was that? 23?
Yep.
23 for Soot. Who's next?
Carly with a 12.
12 for Cat, and for Helga?
7.
7. All right. And what is your dexterity modifier?
And don't forget about Oran.
Yeah, I gotta roll for Oran as well. Thank you. Oof. All right. Helga, what is your dexterity modifier?
1.
1? All right, cool. So you actually... So you rolled a 6 is what you got.
Hmm.
So you rolled a 6 is what you're telling me? But
Yes.
you plus 1. Okay, cool. Tying initiative
How
is
math
a bitch. Yep, that is how math works. Alright, so first up is Soot. Go ahead and tell me your... What are you doing? What are you doing?
Do I know that this creature is undead?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
That is 16.
It appears to be some form of reanimated corpse.
Okay.
With purple glowing eyes.
Get it, Soot, get it.
And as it moves, it kind of like jitters and shuffles, like with this strange speed that's a lot faster than a corpse would be. Corpse usually don't move though, so you don't really have a lot of a reference for that.
Wow, this corpse is moving a lot faster than corpses usually do.
Yep. And it's also the thing about the eyes is they leave like these weird trails in the air behind it as it moves. Kind of like a rave show. It'd be mesmerizing if it wasn't so fucking gross. Thanks for all that air.
Yeah, someone just breathed into the microphone.
That's you, kid.
I want to...
Oh. Sorry, my microphone moved towards my mouth.
I want to...
Yeah, perfect.
I want to present my holy symbol and to destroy undead.
Oh, so you're gonna use your channel divinity turn undead feature. Okay, what is the challenge rating that it destroys?
So must spend. So it needs to do wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails a saving throw, it turns 1 minute or it takes. It takes its turn trying to
get away from you. Its turn. Gets terrified, but it's under a certain challenge rating that they're just, if they fail the saving throw, they're just fucking annihilated, right?
Yeah. Challenge rating of half or lower.
Oh. Ooh. Well, let's see.
Fails
what this,
the saving throw. It's initially destroyed. Yeah.
So your DC is what?
Fuck. I always forget.
Spell save DC.
15.
It rolled a 14. -2. So, you watch as you all prepare to battle as this thing lunges forward and Soot just steps forward, holds up his rattle, and it glows briefly. And then that same...
Be gone!
Be gone, thought!
Be gone!
Be gone, thought!
Be gone, thought!
Soot holds up his prayer wheel, and it begins to glow with an even more intense, sparkling white gold light than you've seen before. Very similar to that flashbang that he sets off to, distract people, but way more intense. And as it flashes and it's gone, the zombie is just reduced to dust. Like, the zombie turns to dust in midair and then collapses to the ground as a little pile of ash.
Holy
Pat
fucking
Soot
shit.
upon the head. Good job, Soot.
Basically like the sun bomb in Van Helsing, basically that happens. In the masquerade scene.
Did Soot just bust up your... Did he just one-hit KO your boss monster?
Oh, hell no. That was a challenge rating 1/2 zombie.
Okay.
Damn it.
One-hit KO my boss. You don't have an... How would a boss monster be immediately and not... Anyway, whatever.
That would be really cool, though.
That would be pretty fucking awesome, and who knows, you might still do that. But,
Time.
the threat for now appears to be, at present, abated.
So it's like panting.
The foreman.
The foreman?
The foreman guy.
Are you asking me?
The gentleman before mentioned that he made other things empty, so I believe that's probably not the foreman, because that was way too easy.
That was also an orc. Full-blooded orc.
Oh, yeah. You're an orc.
I mean, on some of my best days, yeah.
Your
Since
or
adrenaline is still rushing,
horrific.
it's like, ugh. He flops onto the ground. Ugh.
Smells
Aw,
like
poor
burned flesh
baby.
in here now. I
What
didn't
just
even
went-
like turn the map on. Like, that's how quickly you fucking annihilated that thing.
I am on my shit. I kind of wasted that though. There was one zombie. I expected there to be. I expected that to work out better.
Yeah.
Eh. It's all good though. Eh.
Is
I
it
imagine
zombies?
that this,
Isn't
like-
it undead within like a certain radius, Mike? If there's like some within the radius in the other room, can they be felled by that too?
Yeah, within like 30 feet, I think.
Are
Yeah,
there
but
any
you have
within
to-
30 feet?
They have to see or hear.
So, thank you all so much for being here, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast app. If you are listening to this on iTunes, please be sure to leave us a review because it super duper helps us out. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, go ahead and punch that like button right in its nards, and tell us about your favorite part and your predictions for the next episode. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts about everything. Our episodes, of course, are going to be every Friday. We are back from vacation, so be on the lookout for those. They, usually post at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because I get up kind of early. So I try to get everything up and uploaded so I can listen to it on my car ride to work. Also, be sure to check out the We Never Left podcast, the open casting call. Again, that ends tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go check it out. Support the cast. Support the creator. All that being said, thank you all so much for being here. Please be safe, share some love, tell a story, be gay, and do crimes. Good night.